A few of you guys have requested a game called Reverse 1999. Now, I'm a professional 3D animator, and Reverse 1999 is not a 3D animated game. In fact, it's not even a 2D animated game. It uses an animation method called puppet animation, and there's definitely an artistry to getting it to look good. So, when Reverse 1999 reached out to get my opinions on their ultimate animations, I figured I'd give my thoughts on them with an emphasis on creative use of puppet animation, along with the usual animation accuracy. I did react to some of these characters with skins instead of their default skins, but I still tried to judge them fairly based on their animation. Just be aware of that. So without further ado, let's figure out who has the best ultimate animation in Reverse 1999, starting with the 2-star characters. You're gonna have to explain to me what the hell this is. Is this a door? It says door on the file. Is this a character?
A million suns.
He just died! That's his ultimate? This guy, that's a D. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one.
Knowing nothing is also a blessing.
Did she also just die? Wait, I actually really like this. Guys, look, the flower, it comes apart. They actually put in effort. They do a really good job having different weights for each flower petal. By heavier, I mean it has less air resistance for those physics bros. But like the leaves actually fall later, which is such a cool attention to detail. I actually like this one a lot. I'm gonna rank it a little higher. So Miss Radio, I'm gonna give you a B for now. Cool, who's next? Alien T? That's so cool. He's got a literal cow inside. Okay, that's awesome. Wait. The cow fights. That's pretty funny. The cow itself is not animated at all. I gotta give it a D. It doesn't move. Then we have Bette, our first human character. Oh my God, it's happening, guys. Oh, it's a cane. That's cute. Okay, interesting. I think creatively it's really cute. The biggest thing that I like about it is the fact that the torso goes up and down. It's actually like bouncing for each step, which is cool. I feel like the last cane spin is a little distracting with the bubbles. I'd give her maybe a C, actually. All right, here we go. Darley Clatter? That's a rocking horse. For the jump here, you can see here that it folds inwards at the apex. Before the jump, the anticipation for the jump should be that it widens its legs. And then as it jumps, it should actually be pretty close to the legs being really close together, because that's how you jump with 2 wheels, right? You squeeze. And when you squeeze with the most force, it's going to be actually at the beginning of the jump, not at the end of it. So right here, you'll notice that like when you play this animation, the apex of the squeeze is actually happening at the top of the jump, rather than at the bottom of it. I want to say Rocking Horse is probably a D. It's not doing anything in particular that's special. All right, John Titor.
4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 6, 5, 7, 2.
Oh, that's cute. First of all, love the reference, but the biggest gripe I have about it is that he doesn't have elbows. He's just sort of like, you know, that cat hacking gif. It's got that stiffness in the elbow, but yeah, that's a small thing. I give John a D. Now we are working our way up from 2 stars. This is 3 stars now. So we'll see how they get better over time. This is La Source. Her design is cute. So much food. I really like that pose, actually. Like that's a cute pose. Good silhouette. It makes sense with the movement. I kind of want to move Bette up at this point. Betty's like quite good now compared to the other ones. And I'm going to put La Source in a C. All right, now we have Leilani. Oh, she's a safari girl. So I do like the pose here. The only thing I don't like is that that's where she's aiming, but then it goes down. It's a gameplay thing. It's a gameplay thing. I don't think I can actually rate that poorly. I actually really like this beginning part. Look at this step here. She has a good amount of secondary here, which kind of feels nice. With her rope and her hat, that's actually more secondary than we've seen in most other characters. So I have to say that's like pretty nice. I like her actually. Leilani, I would say, is probably a B. All right, time for Onion. Wait, she's actually...
Ladies and gentlemen, please be ready to witness the real world.
What? Did she just summon a paper mache refrigerator? That's cute. One thing that I will say that I think would have been good is if they had a bit of a pivot here instead. So like you can kind of see like right now, his foot kind of slides underneath his body. So if you go here and you watch it, in theory, this is the anchor point for the foot. And you can see how he slipped backwards. That right there is what kind of makes it feel a little bit like unreal, a bit stiff. If he had slipped this way and just like tilted over on purpose, I think it would have felt more intentional. I think it would have been quite nice, actually. Onion's probably a D. Sputnik. Oh my God, it's actual Sputnik. I feel the same way about this one as I do about Glass Shard or Door or whatever. I think Sputnik is probably a D. Not a whole lot of animation. These are very basic. We're starting at a very consistent level here for 3 stars and 2 stars. Except for this one. What the fool is going on? Hang on. This is a 3-star? Yo, okay, hang on. So the clapping animation is surprisingly well done. I'd say this is relatively difficult to do. The hands already are being reversed, right? So you have this great pose here right before the clap. I love that pose. Very clear silhouette. And then during the clap itself, there's also just a really, really clear silhouette here. Like that feels great. Not only is it easy to read, but also the way he leans back, you see that? So much confidence and arrogance in that. And this is very like, what's the word? Like very posh, a very posh posture for the hand and the clap. It's like, it's just so upper class. They conveyed that really well with just a simple like posture change. Probably my favorite so far. I would put the fool in a surprising A. Our first A, and honestly, my favorite so far. All right, this is Twin Sleep.
Now you have a friend. Play with you too.
That's cute. Okay. What I actually do like about it is a small thing. They could have easily synchronized them, but they have a slight delay on the left twin, which feels nice and organic. I think that's really cool. I kind of wish that they straightened the leg a little bit right around here. So the leg straightens a little bit too late. If the leg straightened a little sooner and they jumped a little earlier there, then it would have felt a little bit nicer. It's a very, very small nitpick. Generally speaking, it's good, but it's also not got a lot of animation. So I think ultimately this would probably look closer to like a solid B for now. All right, that's our last 3-star. We're moving on to 4 stars now. Wait, what is this guy? Apple?
Only stars moves towards the sun as the apple drops to the ground.
Wait, his hands, his little hands. Oh my God, his little hands. I will say though that there's some issues with the arcs here. He should lead with his head a bit more. You'll notice like right here, for example, he kind of bounces a little bit. I think this bounce, in my opinion, if he's a floating head, what would be better is instead of going like boom, boom, you can kind of see that's like a V shape. He does that. It'd be better if he actually leaned first and then sort of like leaned forward that way and then moved like that. So you have like a little bit of a swooping motion instead of a bouncing motion. That's what I would personally do. I think that would feel more natural for a floating head. It's okay. I think ultimately Apple is going to be a D for me. Bunny.
Are you ready to have a hearty meal?
Whoa, that's cool. So Bunny has a good pose here, but the only thing that I wish that they did was when she sticks her leg out, I kind of wish that they counterbalanced her a bit more. This is kind of hard to do, but like if even if she didn't like lean back so much, she could also like extend her arm, but anything to put a bit more weight on the left side to balance out the right side, which has more, not only more stuff, but also her legs. And for reference, like your legs are like pretty heavy. Like your legs are about as heavy as like your torso. Like because they're long, right? So I think she's really cute. I think she's got a great pose, but I would say probably I would put her in a C. Not quite a D. She's quite good. All right, Cristallo.
Don't worry. It protects me, as the doctor says.
Whoa, that was cool. You know, I have to say one thing I really like about Reverse 99 so far is the lighting. They do such great lighting here. She's sitting on a radiation machine. X-ray them. Okay, animation wise, pretty good. She stays on her toes, which is interesting. Could be for story reasons, but I think her get down is probably the part that I wish more momentum forward or a bit less momentum forward. So instead of like going boom, boom, which is what it feels like, it could have gone like that instead. I think it would feel a little bit smoother. It's a very, very small thing though. I'm not a big fan of this part. So she sort of like leans back in midair and then lands like that. I think it could be a little cleaner. Cristallo's probably C. This is Eagle. That's what she said.
Take the offensive.
Oh, she just eliminated that guy. Wait, guys, this is actually crazy. This is the first one that's actually come towards us. Like you can see the ground actually has depth to it. And not only that, look at these like floating text bits in the middle. I don't think there's a real 3D scene here, so I'm pretty impressed. I could be wrong about that, but either way, I like her pose. Her pose is good. I'm gonna put her in a B just because I'm impressed with how these effects are working. All right, Erick. Wait, what? Wait, that's so cool. I like the idea a lot. I think it's super cute. It feels like the water's actually distorting the ground, but I don't think it is. Oh, there is a 3D scene. You can see the lighting and everything. Yeah, there's a moving camera here. This is definitely 3D. That's cool. Erick, honestly, I think is probably gonna be a B. Mesmer Jr. Is that a pencil sharpener?
It's treatment with a higher dose.
Definitely not a pencil sharpener. I'm actually not that impressed with the animation specifically because the pencil sharpener is flying upwards before she throws it, which is not great. Like this is the anticipation. During the anticipation, it already flies up. Ideally, it doesn't fly up until around like this frame. If it stays in her hand here, then it could fly up here and then it would feel good. But because it flies up too early, I do have to take off points. But I would put her in a C. All right, Mondlicht. Wait, is that a gun axe? There's no way. What is this ruby shit? I actually really like this one. I have one small gripe, honestly. I really wish the blade of the axe was facing the attack. I wish they could flip it in an organic way right before the attack. And that way, this would feel more powerful. I'm gonna give Mondlicht, honestly, an A. Miss Moissan.
Like harvesting.
Holy shit. Wait, whoa. All I heard was turn knowledge into action. I was like, oh, she's like a librarian. That's really good. These are great arcs here. This double anticipate, like that feels good. I like that a lot. I think she's our first S. All right, who's next? Nick Bottom. Oh my God. That's gotta be a pun on ass.
Never forget. 1, 2, 3. Fall asleep with me.
That's cute. There's honestly some really good poses. I have to be impressed with this. They got the ballet pose right and everything. I think the animation itself is great. Donkey, I'm gonna put you honestly in an A. All right, Oliver Fogg.
Just take it as a trip to London.
What? That's actually really good. I like this pose. I think this pose is good, but I like this particular part even more. I think this is really good impact. Like it feels like a great cause and effect. It literally feels like he's pushing the bird, which is cool. Yeah, a lot of good impact there. Honestly, I like Oliver Fogg a lot. I'll put Oliver in B. Pavia. Pavia's turn. Whoa. Italian. That's a gun. Oh my God. Pavia's got a lot of good stuff going for him, but I kind of wish that he settled in a little bit quicker backwards, like into this pose, a couple frames sooner, because it looks like he's drifting a little bit at the end, which doesn't make him feel quite solid on his feet enough to fire a gun. I would say Pavia is definitely an A, but not an S. Who is next? Poltergeist. Wait, she just hides behind a chair. There isn't a whole lot of animation going on. You can tell from here, this thing is following her hand very closely. If they wanted to have a little bit more sort of drag in secondary, then it would be a little bit behind and then it would swing up afterwards. I would give Poltergeist a C, maybe actually a D, honestly. All right, Rabies. Wait, what? Whoa, that was cool. Wait, a scarecrow that uses crows as weapons? Okay, creatively, that is actually amazing. First of all, look at the dangly arms. You guys see that? You guys see these shapes here? These shapes and the timing of these shapes are feeling really good. Like they feel so draggy. And then right here, as an additional bonus, he actually holds his arms up just slightly for the first time. Honestly, I'm gonna give Rabies an S. Just don't quote that sentence out of context. Okay, TTT. TTT's literally 3 TVs. This is amazing. Dude, I love reverse 1999 character designs. This is so creative. What? Oh my God. Dude, TTT spawns 3 more TVs in a different order, which is interesting, and then uses the wires with great curves, might I add. Really good curves here. Honestly, great animation there. And then she spawns here in the top one and then runs out with the static on the TV too, with great effects. Guys, TTT's Ness. I'm sorry. That's so cool. Zima's up. Cool effects, very cool effects. I like that a lot. Oh, that's cute. He's like eyeing them up, using his pen to like eye them up and then draws. What I don't like though is just this part here. Again, the paper leaves before he reaches the apex of his throw. I kind of wish the throw was a little bit higher by the time the paper comes out and then like follows the exact arc there. So I'd say Zima's probably a pretty strong A. Guys, it's time for the 5 stars.
I hope you like it here, even if you want bad friends.
Oh my God. There's one small thing I don't like about it, which is right here. On this last attack, which should have the most anticipation, right before the attack, their arms are not fully wound back yet. Like they should be here. You should have a couple of frames where the arms are back here to really build that anticipation up and then do that. So I'm gonna put Avgust in an A. Baby Blue.
Snack time.
Camera? Oh my God. What is happening right now? Oh my God. I would say conceptually super cool. I really, really like this. She's our first camera change, which I love a lot. I just wish there was a little bit more going on to make me feel the impact of her eating the cupcake at the end. That's the only thing. I'm gonna give her an A. I can't give her quite an S because she doesn't move around that much. Who do we have next? Balloon Party.
The story begins with a bad adult who did this first.
That's crazy. This character design is so cool. The liquid, guys, the liquid is crazy. That's 3D for sure. I don't know how to feel about this one because there's not a lot of character animation, but I kind of want to give Balloon Party an S just because of how cool it looks. All right, who's next? Bkornblume.
Secrets always hide in careless words. Listen carefully.
Whoa. Whoa. I kind of wish that they didn't start the glow so early because I really want to see the shape that her hand is making before I see the shape of the triangle. So that would have been nice as a small thing. It's cute. She's an A. Not bad. Nothing crazy. Who's next? We got Blonney. Whoa. Is that a rabbit? Oh, Jesus. Okay, interesting. This is a really cool idea. Book spawns giant rabbit, sits on them, and then goes back into the book. One thing that I would say is I wish the impact felt more impactful. And I think they could do that by having the rabbit just stay on the ground. The bounce isn't really necessary because the bounce makes it seem like he's pretty soft. But if he just stayed on the ground and then maybe like got sucked into the book afterwards, it'd feel a little bit better. I honestly give her a B. All right, Charlie's next.
Thy ending is destined.
Wait, that's cool. Whoa. The screen shattering was a nice touch. A for sure. This gives me Bette vibes, to be honest. All right, who's next? Lick?
A historic moment.
That's cute. Wait, whoa. Just a disclaimer, when I said it was cute, I was referring to his design. Honestly, I think I'm gonna give Click an S for that, because that's crazy. Desert Flannel.
Yes, the pixel world.
What? Excuse me? Just the sheer amount of detail on this ostrich's like legs. You see how like it doesn't like maintain a single pose? The legs slowly go up with that momentum. That's just a cool attention to detail. It takes a lot of work to do. And they didn't have to do it. And it looks great. That's kind of another tier, honestly. It's not fair to rank it the same because it's got actual sprite animation in it. Desert Flannel is an SS. All right, diggers.
Bubbles reflect like mirrors, my friend.
Whoa. I do really like this pose, actually. Surprisingly well balanced. Better than some of the ones we've seen so far. Honestly, Diggers is a strong A. All right, who's next? DK?
Thou shalt make an atonement for thy sin.
Oh, hello. 3D animation? The arcs here are great. They're all really, really good. The effects are fantastic. So impressive they were able to combine live 2D and 3D model in the same scene. This is a big testament to how good their lighting is. I think they're an S. Horropedia?
That's fully.
He's got a gun.
And relish all of these.
The gun shoots straight up Chuckies. Wait, that's hilarious. I really like the smoothness of this initial gun spin. It actually feels really good. I think Horropedia is an S. Okay, Kanjira. Whoa, the dance. The planets, what? Look at the arcs on the sleeves, bro. Look at that. They feel so smooth. Guys, I think this is actually an SS. Lorelei.
This will show you the way to the heart.
Music? Is that a conch shell? It's a conch shell. Okay. Not a whole lot is happening. She just sort of teleports and disappears, and then the conch happens. She floats. She does a thing. A bunch of effects happen, which is cool. The character animation here is a little strange because she goes down and then up, but she's floating. There's not a lot of energy there to justify her being able to push off of something. So I would actually prefer it if she didn't go down there. Even though the effects are really cool, I don't know if they can fully carry it. So I would say, I think it should be a C, actually. Matilda. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's it? Okay. All right. That's a D, guys. That's a D. There's nothing happening. Necrologist. Is that cute? What? What? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. First of all, this is super creative. That's so pretty. Like the crumbling animation on this too, really well done. Like there's like clear understanding of physics there. Like it's actually like interacting with itself and everything. Really well done. This is the 3D composition that I wish was on the Music Girl. Like this is 3D. It's got this 3D-ness to it. And you can see this is closer, right? And this is further away. That gives such a dynamic, widening sort of effect. Honestly, I'm gonna give Necrologist an SS because I really like the tombstone animation. All right, Satsuki. Bunnies? Oh my god. Oh, chain whip. Satsuki's good, but she's not quite moving enough for me to go higher than a B. All right, let's take a look at Sonetto.
Each moment, now night.
Those are cool. Those are really pretty effects. Look at these arcs. I mean, that right there is really cool. You get this really nice irregular vortex pattern. Look at the composition of this. It's really pretty because like you get this irregularity that shouldn't work, but it does. And then it goes into like that. Feels 3D as well, which is really cool. Her animation itself, it would be better if the shawl was a little bit looser. So you can see here, as the arm raises, the shawl just sort of like it comes with her. Ideally, it would be like this. Like ideally, it'd be like that. It takes a little bit more effort, but when she raises it, in reality, it wouldn't actually lift the shawl that much in theory. I'm gonna give her a B, only because of the stiffness of the shawl. Otherwise, I would give her an A because the effects are so good. Who is next? Tennant.
Fragrance and dazzle can easily confuse one's vision.
I'm sorry for you.
I'm not actually super impressed with Tennant just because there's a little bit of stiffness when the hand reaches for the flower that I think could be a little bit smoother. Like there could have been a little bit more elbow. Right here also, she's leaning forward a little bit too much with the twist without being able to balance herself. Could be a little bit smoother. Tennant is probably, I want to say a B. All right, Ulu. That's straight up fire. Okay. Okay. Go on. Not bad. The effects are gorgeous. The concept is gorgeous. I just wish there was a bit more impact here. Like impact frames or like something where like it just feels like an explosion rather than just a release of energy. I'm gonna give her probably a B. Which actually, to be fair, I feel like animation wise, it's probably closer to a C. X.
Watch your Find the machines on the ground.
Oh, hello. Rube Goldberg machine. Oh my God. That was cool. I'm gonna give X an S. I think there's enough going on here where it's like pretty impressive. All right, Yenny say?
Worry not. The direction of fate is decided.
Whoa. Really cool effects. Not a whole lot animation-wise going on. There's a couple things here. I do like the swirl, but I feel like there's not enough 3D-ness to the swirl. Like it feels like these need to be a little thicker. They're all about the same thickness, which means it kind of flattens them a little bit, which isn't great. There's missing foreground elements in the first half. There should be something like here that like comes in front of her leg. Like that would feel so much better. Yenisei is probably a C at the moment. Guys, it's time for the 6 stars. The first person that we're gonna rate for the 6 stars is 6.
The scale of your soul has tilted.
What? Excuse me? Whoa. Okay, camera angle wise, that was sick. So I would say animation wise, effects wise, conceptually, this is awesome. The only thing I find is weird is that his robe is supposed to drag on the ground, but it's animated as if it doesn't. Which I can't blame him for that because it's honestly really hard to do. I'm gonna give him an S. I think it deserves the S. All right, next is another number, 37.
Welcome to the world of numbers.
Whoa. This is cool. I think it illustrates her theme very well. This is super cool, but that didn't quite land. This could have been really good. There's no impact here on the explosion. Whatever this is supposed to be feels like it just kind of happens and you don't realize that this is important until like too late. I also think that it's a little too linear for her to like fly in and then just suddenly stop. She's like magnetic. It would be nice if she had a little bit of cushion with like her hand. Like her arm is too stiff. Normally I would give her a C, but the effects are pretty enough where I would give her a B instead. Our next one is just called A Night. Oh, wow.
The sword shall be drawn.
Whoa. Oh, Elden Ring. Yeah, that's A Night is SS. He just doesn't do anything wrong. All right, next we have Centurion.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is
Oh.
no magic, nor any special kind of mechanism.
Oh.
Wish us.
That was really cool. Not a lot is happening though, so I can't really rank her super high. I actually do want to give her an A though, because I think the idea is really cool. Literally drowning someone in a magic box is pretty awesome. Who is next? Druvis III.
Spinning round and round, knowing not when to
Oh! Yes! Okay, Druvis, that was pretty cool. Honestly, I would give Druvis an A. All right, this is Eternity.
The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
What? No way. There's not a whole lot of animation going on, but like the effects and the directing of that particular ultimate I love it. That's an SS, honestly. Ezra.
an amazing discovery.
Whoa. Oh. Oh. Whoa. That was cute. There's something that I do think could be a little better. But right here, I feel like the leg should ideally hit the thing first, but they don't. So they're gonna go like here and then they go here. So the legs kind of stay in midair, but they have momentum too. And I think it's important to recognize that. I would give her an A. I can't give her an S. Who's next? Gideon.
The Bagua drown on
That's a
the
bird.
same brick never warns about its changes.
Whoa. Whoa. What? So first of all, look at the softness of these wings. You can see how the arcs continuously drag behind those wingtips. That softness feels really good, and it carries on over here as well. This is just a cool, I mean, that looks amazing. That's easily an S in my opinion, but is it an SS? Actually, yeah. I think I would put Gideon in SS. We have Isolde. That's a knife. That's a knife. Run! Wait, what? I think it's good, but there's a couple things that are wrong with it, actually. I kind of wish they did something more special with the knife. She just swings it behind her and then holds it. But it would have been cool if it like spun like a little bit offset from her hand. But this is cool because you actually see the anticipation of the poses. So they actually draw these poses by hand. So you actually get the anticipation of each one. Pretty good. I would probably give her an A. Who's next? Jessica.
You can't separate a boat from her oars.
Whoa. 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 Hang on, those effects are kind of crazy. The effects are really good. Jessica, I give her an A. And then we have Jiu Niangzi.
I'll fill the cup for you.
3D? Okay, I gotta register what I just saw here. A horse just ran at me. I think someone drew this and then they just like puppeted it. That's so hard to animate. Overall, her animation's a little stiff. It's like right here, you can see there's not a lot of arcs on the, you know, on the actual thing that she's dropping there. So like this is where it's like gets a little bit like doot doot instead of like doop. You know, like from an arc perspective, it should be a bit smoother. This is tough because this one actually has a lot of animation, but the animation doesn't stand with the others. I think I have to give her a C. Kaalaa Baunaa. What? Okay, that was cool. I mean, effects wise, this is absolutely gorgeous. Effects wise, that's an S. All right, Kakania.
You must see your true self.
Whoa. Whoa. I really like the revolving bullet, but it doesn't have the impact that I wish it had. The animation has a little bit too much recoil. That's the only thing. Like, generally speaking, when you have recoil with guns, you can't recoil too early. So she shoots and she immediately like, boom. Ideally, you want to have just a 1 frame or half frame delay. So I think I would probably give her a B. Okay, time for Lilia. Harry Potter? Generally speaking, she's not really moving much. She's just on a broom. I would almost give her a C, honestly, because there's not a lot happening. Yeah, I would give her a C. All right, Lucy's next.
Robot, child of science.
Whoa. Robot lady. Oh, robot lady. I would give her an A, just because the effects are amazing. All right, Marcus is next.
And now it's easier to understand.
The papers. Okay, that's 3D. I like the paper animation a lot. Compositionally, with like the library and everything, notice something here where every line here goes into the book. You notice that? Which then brings you down into the book. It's gorgeous. All these pages are adding a whole lot of really great arcs, which is good that they executed that well, because you can have paper look really stiff, but they didn't. They have it really flowy, really nice. This is definitely an S. Medicine pocket. Wait. They just stab themselves and then other people, because why not share? It's good. It's an A. Melania. That's definitely, oh.
No one, even for a great.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Did she turn into a sugar glider? Okay, so conceptually very cool, but I will say that there's like, she is just sort of jumping around here. This jump doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, how did she get from all the way over here to there? It's a bit forced in terms of the like the possible physics and stuff. I do also kind of wish she got bigger here. It kind of stays the same size. This is one of those examples where I think like they're trying to do a lot and they're doing some cool ideas, but they're not quite executing on it in the way that I think that they should have or could have. So I would probably put her in a C. This is Miss New Babel.
His glowing lights. We are the master and maven of the place.
What? Okay, interesting. I like the idea of this. This is really, really cool. And the whip animation is actually very good, specifically because of how soft the whip looks, right? The whip is actually rigged really, really well, and it has such great shapes to it. The speed and everything that which she like whips down is accurate. Like, it's really good. She could be an S, honestly. I don't know if it fully justifies. Yeah, she's an S. Pickles is next. Who's Pickles? Okay, so Pickles is a dog. No, wait, the dog animation's, dude, the running animation is actually really good. Bro. Did he just go through an obstacle course? Is that what his ultimate was? Oh, first of all, shout out to this angle. They actually drew that. So they have really good contact poses. I mean, look at that. First of all, you have to make sure that you land on these feet before you land on these feet, right? So that right there is a really, really good pose. Easily, they could have just been like boom, 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 and just did those two poses over and over again, you know? But like, they did a good job. They actually have contact here and then contact here, overlapping contact even, which is great. And then he moves forward and he actually feels like he kicks off the ground. Honestly, good stuff. Just for the dog animation being pretty good in the first place, I would give Dog Pickles an S. Regulus Unique. Wait, is it just Regulus? Oh, Regulus is the name of the character. Unique is the unique ultimate that she has. I remember this. Okay, let me see if I have normal Regulus first.
Are you ready?
Voice acting so good. Okay, DJ, okay. Dancing actually pretty impressive. She has like shoulder animation, even though they don't have shoulder rigs. How did she do that? Wait, that's impressive. You guys see that? It looks like she's twisting her shoulders. All right, here's Regulus Unique. Jetpack.
Sound for a new era.
Okay. Oh, okay, guys. That's, oh my God. Literally dropping music on people. The diagonals are really strong and like the movement is really, like this is a great composition here. And they do it again with a screen wipe. The screen wipes are fantastic. Normal Regulus is probably close to an A. I do like her shoulder movements. I can't give her an S though. Who is next? We have Tumblewise.
Close your eyes. It will all be over soon.
Okay. God, these 6 stars go hard, dude. There's not a lot of animation going on here, but I do think it's cool. I feel like Tumblewise is probably an B actually. Shamaine.
Give me a hand, friends. I can't do this alone.
Whoa. This dance is amazing, actually. I love this dance. What's really cool about this is you can't even see his legs, but the center of gravity is moving in a way where you can fully understand his body mechanics from such a far distance. It's actually really impressive. He's got this bounce right here on his torso, on his hips, where like goes to the right, bounces up, then bounces down, then up again, while his leg gets hidden, which really shows how his momentum is transferring onto his leg and off to the next one. Honestly, I want to give Shamaine an SS. Sotheby.
This is the gift. Well prepared for you.
Drugs? That was cool. See, this horse animation is not as good as a dog animation. First of all, it's like the knees bending in the front is not like ideal. Like you don't want that to be so strong. You want that to actually be like this most of the time. So the B is a B. Okay, Spathodia.
Cheer and witness my victory.
Whoa. Okay. What? That was cool. They had a manga panel in there. Yo, she's got really strong foundational movement. Just the impacts are fantastic. The effects are fantastic. This is fantastic. Look at the debris on the ground. Like, that's such a cool effect, dude. I give her an SS. Next, we have Tooth Fairy. She's singing? I like the arcs on these effects a lot. I think they're really pretty. The replacement of the background with the forest is awesome. She is probably, I'm gonna give her an S, I think.
To a brighter future for everyone.
Okay. Interesting. She doesn't actually do a whole lot. If you notice the camera work here, zooms in, zooms out, zooms in, zooms out, zooms in, zooms in. It's like, it's a little sporadic and it's all linear interpolated. Honestly, I would give her a C. I'll give her a D actually. Okay, Voyager's next.
Stars.
Oh, that's cool. That's the planets. Violin animation. As a violinist, there's some small things wrong with it. The violin bow is supposed to move in a straight line. So it's never actually supposed to bend. It's never supposed to rotate. So in theory, you should be able to draw like a trajectory, like a line here, and then it would never deviate from that line. But as you can see here, you see that she's starting to deviate from it. It's very slight and it's really not that offensive or noticeable, especially from someone who doesn't play violin. That being said, it feels really, really smooth. So she's an SS. Okay, it's Windsong time.
Limited scale, infinite lines.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Aurora Borealis. So I like this part here, but I do kind of wonder if this art could have been slightly different, like that, for example, or something where it either like decides to not wrap around or it decides to wrap around and go here or something like that. It's just a little bit weird that this is like so straight and this one like wraps around so much. They kind of like don't balance each other out very well. So that's a very small thing. I would probably put her in an A. Wait, is that everything? Oh wait, I think I missed these two. First up, we've got Sweetheart. Who is next? Sweetheart.
99. I wish you sweet dreams.
That's a throne. What? Was that the Fibonacci sequence? That's the golden ratio. Sweetheart's a B. And finally, An Lee.
Samsam, have mama, sandang, si meng, si sanai.
No, she's got a first-person ultimate. That's crazy. I mean, it's such a cool concept. I like that a lot. I mean, that's an SS for sure. Now that we have every single character ranked, we got to figure out who the best character animation is. It's extremely difficult to pick one, but I'm gonna pick Necrologist just based on my gut because I just love the grave animation so much because of how much it preserves the volume of the grave and like it feels like it's 3D and it feels like it has physics and personality at the same time. It's a really impressive grave animation, but it took me so long to decide because all the SS ones are amazing. I'm sure people will have different opinions, so let me know if you agree. Puppet animation is very unique, and honestly, the creativity in these ultimates is super impressive, especially considering their limitations. Creativity can be found in all kinds of animation, which is why I made this channel, to help others appreciate the human artistry that goes into animation. So subscribe if you support animators and want to see more videos like this, or watch this other video that YouTube thinks you'll like. We talk about all sorts of animations here, so we'll see you in the next one.